I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I've used for years to find great tax sale markets by analyzing their previous auction results and spotting where the real opportunities are hiding. By the end of this video, you will know how to pull previous tax sale auction results, break down that data, and confidently identify markets that give you the best chance at finding the most profitable deals. Let's go ahead. I'm going to switch you over to my screen. I'm going to walk you through this in a screen share and we will jump in. All right. So, right now, you are looking at the website tax-sell.info. You've seen this website a few times before. I'm certain of it because I've shown it here on my channel a few times. We're going to click on available properties and then past auction results. Now, a lot of you guys understand that I like to sell properties very, very quickly. I like to sell them if I can in a matter of a few months or even faster. A lot of investors out there, however, they take more conventional approaches, right? They clean the titles up, they list it with a realtor, they put it on the market, that kind of stuff. So I understand that, right? I know the majority of people will take about a year or so to sell their properties, maybe longer for some. Some people actually never sell them, they just buy them as rentals. But nonetheless, understand that not everybody operates like I do and perhaps like you do. So what I like to do is I like to go back at least a year to try to figure out what some of these investors have done in the past year with these properties. It will generally give us a good idea of whether people are holding the properties, whether they can't sell the properties, or perhaps maybe they're selling them and making a lot of money. We're going to find out real quick. We're going to look, we'll search for Kent County, which I believe is like the Grand Rapids area. Kent County, MI, assessor search. And all we're going to do is a very simple search. We're going to go and we're going to pick through a few different properties here. Let's see. That's a bundle. Bundles are weird because it's multiple parcel numbers you'd be searching. That's a junk lot. That's a junk lot. That's a junk lot. People shouldn't have bought any of these. Let's see. We've got. Looks like here's a condo. We'll take a look at this condo real quick and see what we can figure out with this one. Again, very very simple. Do a little copy and paste action of the assessor. I'm sorry, of the parcel ID number into the tax assessor's website. Not sure if this is the best option or not, but we'll see how. Okay, not available. That's fun. Wonder why. Okay, it's in a city. So, city taxes and assessed by the city. Let's see if we can have some sales data. Okay, awesome. Here we go. This is what I was looking for right here. So you've got $125,000. It was bought September 2024. So this person, LLAP LLC, try saying that 10 times fast, LLAP LLC, purchased it at a tax sale in September, and they sold it just over, looks like 62 days later, from 182 to 125. So probably a $50,000 profit on that property. That's pretty good. That looks good to me. Looks like a nice property and all that good stuff. Looks a decent place. Looks like a condo. They probably had some dues, but they didn't have a whole lot of them because they sold it within 62 days. So it takes a lot of these places that long to send the new bills out. But nonetheless, regardless, and once you see the sales price, it's kind of irrelevant what it looks like because we know this gentleman made some money off that property. All right, let's go back and let's look at another one. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's a better way to search it so we don't have to go there. I think we can search directly through Kent County. All right, let's go back and let's take a look at another area now, or another property in Kent. Here's a condo on Oxford Drive. Somebody bought it for 162. It looks like. Copy and paste this guy. See if they've sold it yet. See what they've done with it. Oh, I can't. Okay, so I have to do this a little bit manually. 1815403 We will tell them that we are not a robot. We will click all their squares and everything else that they need us to do. Boom. Okay. There it is. All right, so let's see what we got here. Kentwood Public Schools, City of Kentwood. Where we at? Oh, sales history. That's what I'm looking for. Boom, another one. Cool. Okay, so this person bought it September 2024, last year's tax sale, they paid 165, 250 for it. They sold it. Looks like what, 8, 9 months later, May 2025, with a warranty deed, so the title was clear. For 205, so just shy of $50,000. That's back-to-back deals that they've made about 50 grand on. Let's see if we can find one more in there, and then we'll switch on over to another county. So obviously, there's people making money in this area. Let's see if this one has sold yet. People want to tell me all the time, oh, there's too much competition where I go, or people aren't making money, or this and that. Like, I've pulled up two properties in this county within the past 6 minutes, and each person made $50,000. You do 10 of those, that's not a bad way to make a living. So there's people making money. I can promise you that. It's just a matter of, are you in the right place, or do you have the right strategy? Um, that kind of thing. So these folks, obviously, they had a good strategy because they're making money. Let's look at this one here and see if this one is sold. Martinez, 51 City, Grand Rapids, sales history. Here's another one that's sold. Okay, so we've got September 2024. They purchased it for $70,250, and they sold it literally the next month. They probably got a tax foreclosure certification, because I don't think you're going to do a suit to quiet title that fast. Yeah, so literally the next month, maybe a month and a half later, and they sold it for 116. So what's that? $46,000. So you got a $46,000 deal, 50 and 50, off the three houses that sold that we've looked up in Kent County last year. Let's see if this here's something that's condemned. Let's see if this has been resold or not. So every single one of these folks are making money, at least the ones that we've seen so far. We haven't seen anybody that had to sell at a loss or anything like that. So these folks are making money. Let's do this one. 1, 3, 3, 5, 4, 7, 8. Oops, it's not tight. Oh, there it goes. Caught up to me. Still not a robot. Let's see if this person has sold. I'm guessing probably not. Looks like an investment company. Yes, they have not sold this one yet. 50,750. This was a condemned property, condemned duplex. It's also a realty, an LLC. Looks like they're involved in real estate. So maybe they're working on fixing it up. Maybe they're keeping it. I don't know what their plans are. It's really kind of irrelevant. But 3 out of 4, we got two $50,000 profits and a $40,000 profit. Pretty darn good. Let's go to let's see if we can find another branch. Monroe. Let's do Bay County. And we'll go ahead and set this up. Bay County, Michigan assessor search. Let's see, BS and A. Hopefully, you don't have to pay for this information. Some areas you do, some areas you don't. All right, so you've got a few houses here. I'm just kind of getting a feel for what's out there. Got a few houses. Yeah, some decent stuff here. All right, let's take a look at. We'll do a couple here. This one's got 2-bedroom, single-story home on Oxford Street. Let's see if this one has been resold yet. Copy, paste it, and hopefully they do not need an account or anything. Okay, so Michael Ford. Let's see what we have here. Scroll down. Okay, so Michael Ford still owns it. He bought it from Bay County for $33,500. He has not done anything with it, or he has kept it as a rental. Let's go back. Let's do one more here, and then we'll go to another state. Let's see here. Let's go 0.2. Looks a little rough. Let's get this one. Occupied a ranch home, 4 acres. Let's take a look and see if this guy has sold it yet. All right, copy and paste. Let's see. This Andrew and Taylor. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. They own this property. Let's see if they were the person that bought it. They were not. Okay, so here's another one. Awesome deal. September 2024, they paid $93,000, bought it from the Bay County Treasurer at the tax sale. And it looks like they sold it to somebody, same last name. That's interesting. Wow. From 93 to $210,000. Don't know if this was a relative or a friend or what it was, but regardless, they made some money off this. Looks like it's I mean, the same last name, and it's a pretty unique last name, so I would assume they're related in some regard. Nonetheless, they did not give them a discount at all. They sold this property from 93 to 210. It's 100 and what's that? 110, $118,000, somewhere in that ballpark. $117,000 profit in a matter of 9 months. Not too bad at all in my book. I just don't know if Andrew and Taylor are friends with Amy and John anymore. There's, I just they don't claim they might not claim him as family anymore. There's no telling what's going on. And of course, there could be some backstory to that. There's no telling. I don't know. But regardless, they made some money, at least on paper. But yeah, so we've looked at a few so far in Michigan. We looked at a couple in Bay. One didn't sold. These folks made quite a bit of money. The ones that we saw in Grand Rapids, Kent County, we had a $40,000 profit, a $50,000 profit, a $50,000 profit. Let's do. Let's see. Let's go to Orange County, Florida, tax deed sale. Now you'll notice too that earlier. Actually, I'm going to take this off screen real quick so I can log in so people don't see my password. Earlier this week, I believe it was. I'm not sure if it was Orange County. I'm not sure what county it was actually. There's actually a guy that made a substantial amount of money. Forget how much it was. Maybe $48,000 rings a bell, and he did it in Florida within a matter of, I think it was 42 days or 60 days or something like that. And I did that one. That's a video that I posted on my channel just a few days ago. So there's are people that are selling these properties very, very quickly. $48,000 in 40 or 50 days. That's fast. That's good. So there are people selling it. That's kind of my style. People selling it very quickly. But you have to understand, a lot of people look at this as, hey, I'll buy the property this year, clean the title up, I'll put it on the market, that kind of thing. And that's why we're looking at some of the older sales. But again, if you want to look at the recent sales, we've done that on plenty of videos as well. So keep that in mind. All right, we're looking at Orange County. Let's go. Let's see. Let's do 1 year ago. We got a bunch of redemptions here. This one sold for $44,500. Let's see if it has sold again. Yes, we agree to all your terms and conditions. Perfect. Sells. Boom. Okay, so tax deed. Yeah, they lost. Okay, so that has not sold. No worries there. We'll go back. Let's see here. So that person still has that one. Let's go up. A whole bunch of properties get redeemed. No problem there. There's one for $350,000. That's a big tax sale deal. Let's see if this person has sold this property. So we've got, looks like a nice house there. Good size house. We're at sales. Boom. Look at this. Holy smokes. That's a big one. November 2024. $350,000. It looks like they went from Brigham Investments to Brigham Solution. They just transferred the LLC. They sold it for $750,000. That is a massive, massive return. So you say $750,000. Don't know if they, sold it through a realtor. Don't know. Let's just say they sold it through a realtor. They paid 6% commission, and then they say they cleared the title. They got we'll round up, say $2,000 in that. That's $688,000 off that sales price minus the 100. That's a $337,900 profit. This person made just shy of $340,000 in 5 months. And people want to tell me that there are no good tax deed deals out there. The fact of the matter is, you're not searching hard enough. This is something that I literally found this because I clicked. It was 1 year. Today is October 31st, 2025. I went back 1 year. Here it is. Now, they had very few properties that sold then. There was 3 properties that sold. And I think a lot of people probably see these redemptions like, those it's not even really worth my time to go to that auction because the majority of the properties got redeemed. But guess what? The guy that bought this, Mr. Brigham Investments, he made $337,000 in the matter of 5 months. That's unreal. You do a couple of these a year, 2, 3 a year, you get $1,000,000. And something like this house right here, you're not talking that doesn't look like a condemned house. You're not talking loads and loads of work or anything else. Let's look at this up really quick and see. Maybe there's some photos in here that we can find. Yeah, it looks like they listed it with a realtor for 750,000 bucks, and they got 750,000 bucks. It looks like, yeah. So here are the photos. He listed with a realtor. Looks like he cleaned the place up a little bit and made us maybe staged it, but he didn't do that much because there's a black tub in here, which was indicative of 1993. Um, the dark counters, these lights. He didn't do. This is all stuff that was from years past. I can guarantee he might have cleaned it up. Looks like he vacuumed a little bit. I'm looking at like these lights, fixtures, the gold, the green. It's not like he did a complete remodel. Like all he did was clean this property up. Let's go back through these photos really quick here. It is on a lake ish, maybe the marsh area or a pond. He didn't even landscape it for crying out loud. Like this is like, look at this. I can't tell if he pressure washed or not, but he cleaned it up a little bit. He mowed the yard. Just scrolling through these photos, he got some good aerial photos done. The tile, all this screams that it's from 1993 when it was built. Maybe it had a remodel in the early 2000s, perhaps. Looks like there's a pool in the back. Maybe there's some issues with the pool that he had to take care of. I don't know. That carpet might be new. Looks like it maybe is new. Maybe this might be a carpet and paint type flip. Small kitchen for this place. But again, like you look at the kitchen, like the kitchen is straight out of 1993. This is not a situation where the guy put loads and loads of money and time into this thing. This is he put a little lipstick on it and sold it. That's about all he did. You even got stains over here, and they didn't remarcinate this. I mean, there's wow, this is very interesting because he didn't pressure wash even. He did minimal work to this. He just listed it with somebody that probably knew what they were doing, probably somebody successful as an agent in the area. And let's see if we can find any more information about this. I know I'm scrolling fast. Hope I'm not giving anybody a headache. Yes, they put all the dimensions and stuff in there. 27,000 square foot lot. Let's see if we got anything else. It actually sold over ask price. So 41. Okay, this is the other thing that's pretty cool here. $749,000 was the list price. It sold for $750,000, which is over the list price, and it sold. It closed 41 days after it was listed. A lot of title companies in the state of Florida will want 30 days to close something out. This person that sold this, they probably listed it, and my assumption is it went under contract within a day or two, and they probably had multiple offers, which is the reason that somebody offered over asking price. So not only did he sell it and make $338,000, he probably sold it at a discount because he knew he didn't want to hold on to this property for a long time. He would sell it, move on to the next property. Again, this is a fantastic deal. Yeah, so hopefully people can understand now why I get frustrated when people are like, "Oh, there's no deals out there." Like these are deals. We have up in Michigan, 50,000, 50,000, 100 something thousand, 40,000. The first one in Orange County from a year ago, $750,000 sales price, $338,000 for the actual profit. Wow. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to let's do Florida just because information is pretty easy to get and it's readily accessible for us. We'll do Marion County. All right, Marion County tax deed. We'll go back a year from now and see what happened since those properties. Don't know if we'll find another one that sold for $338,000 profit, but maybe we'll see. And by the way, again, like I'm looking a year from now because people are a year away. because a lot of people hold these properties that long because people just take some time to sell stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you are looking to sell stuff very, very quickly, again, a few days ago, I got a video where the guy made $48,000 in I don't know 30, 40 days, something like that. All right, let's look at this one right here. Let's see. Click on the property appraisers, agreed to all their terms. $29,000. Okay, so he got this. The judgment is the suit to quiet title that we assume that he got. He has not sold that one yet. Let's scroll down. There's a whole bunch of them. I don't want to click on every single one of these. Let's do this one here. 12.6. Let's see what was here. Okay. Again, $12,100 for the tax deed. He has not sold that yet. Might be sitting on it. Might be a builder. There's no telling. Here's one, 28,000. Let's see what this one is. Let's see. Build for you homes. Boom. Here's another example. $28,100. And this was a fast one too. October 2024. This person purchased it for $28,100. Probably got a tax foreclosure certification, which would probably have cost him about $1,500, somewhere in that ballpark. Let's see, sold it for $47,000. So to pay a realtor, 0.92, closing title, all that good stuff, we'll say $1,800 for this suit, or for the foreclosure certification. He paid $28,100. This person walked away with $13,340 in profit off of $28,000 investment in a matter of 2 months. Not too shabby. Not too bad at all. Another person that's making money. All right, let's go and see what else we got. There's a whole bunch of them in here. Let's see. 40. I think we clicked on those. Let's go. Let's just go to the next page because I don't want to click on the same ones twice. 37,200. Let's see if this one is sold since then. Pack 3. Nope. He has not sold it. Not sure what that one is. Let's go here. We'll go back, see if we can find one more. We'll scroll down. 20. Okay, 28.1 I think was the one that we did. Let's go back to this page. Let's do this one for 12.6. See what happened there. Maybe they've sold that one. 12.6. No, they have not sold that one. Yep. We'll do one more. See if they sold it. 15.4. We'll go to this one. And see if they've sold this one yet. Next services group. No, they've not sold this one. Okay, so we've got a one that the guy made $14,000 out of probably 5 or 6. The rest of them have not sold their properties yet. Either they paid too much money for them, or more than likely they're just holding on to them. Might be waiting for a suit to quiet title to finish up, that kind of stuff. Let's do one more county. We'll do another Florida county. Let's do Santa Rosa. Weren't they having it from a year ago? Click yes to all their disclaimers, all that good stuff. Confirm, confirm, confirm. We'll go to their calendar. All right, let's see. Let's go back 1 year to October 2024 to see what's happening with those properties since then. All right, 28. Redemption. Let's see. This one sold for 30,100. Let's see if anything has come about that. Code enforcement on that one. That's always fun. All right. It's not going to load for us. Let's try again. All right. That's still not loading for us. Let's try this. Santa Rosa. And I know I spelled assessor wrong, but it'll figure it out for us. It's okay. Google's pretty smart. Be really nice if it loaded it for us, but it's not loading it for us. So what we're going to do is have to copy and paste all of this stuff in there. Maybe their links are broken or something. There's no telling. We'll search this. Potential browser incompatibility. That's fun. Okay. No worries. What I will do here is I will pull up Firefox. And we will load these into Firefox. All right. No worries. There we do. Let's do that. All right. So while that loads, I'm actually going to transfer all these over to Firefox because I think my Chrome needs to be updated or whatnot. Okay. Oops. Let me log in here. All right. We're back. Back in action. Okay. So that one that we went and looked at, it was click back on the calendar for a while, back to October 2024. I think it was the very first one that was on this cell right here. Yeah, they only sold 9 of them then. So this one right here, let's see, we have sales data somewhere. Scroll down, brick house. Tax deed, Santa Rosa, Santa Rosa. Okay, so it's just a quick claim deed. Okay, so there's nothing that's happening with this property yet. Let's go back. Redeemed. Let's see, 59,600. Let's see if anybody has sold this one or if they're holding on to it as a rental. Let's see what the story is behind it. Let's see, it's in Milton. We'll scroll down a little bit. Look like a little house, 1979. Boom, another big transaction. So $59,600 in October 2024. He probably went through a suit to quiet title, all that good stuff, and he has sold it for $222,000. It's a pretty solid return. So here's what I'm going to do, just to kind of give everybody an idea of what I'm doing on the off screen. 222, and you can generally take 0.92 if you sell it through a realtor, pay title costs, all that good stuff. Let's say you paid $2,500 to go through suit to quiet title. That's going to be the high end. Pay $59,600. There's his profit, $142,000 profit on this property in the matter of 9 months. $142,000. Not too bad at all. Wild, the deals that are out there. Absolutely wild. I see them every single day in myself. I see them every single day in Tax Sale Academy members. I see them every single day in Tax Sale HQ. There's people making a lot of money in the tax sale business, and these are complete strangers and deals that I'm just happening. I just stumble across from 1 year ago. We'll do this in a month, and we'll go back another year, and we'll continue to see people making a lot of money in the tax sale business. All right, there's only 2 on that one. Let's go. Let's fast forward. We'll go to this one. They've got 6 on this. They don't sell too many up there apparently. These are all redeemed. Let's see if this one has any good. Then we'll go to that big one that was 200 and something thousand. Somebody paid for it. All right, this one right here. This person, mobile home. Scroll down. $30,100. They have not sold that property yet. Could be keeping it as a rental. Could be rehabbing it. There's no telling what they're doing with this property. We'll go back, and then we'll look at this one, and that'll be the end of it today. $206,900. What we got here? Hopefully, it's a decent property for that price. Let's see, 2069.3 acres. Built in 1962. Boom, another one. Look at this. He sold this in 16 days. Phenomenal. Good job for him. Let's see, 310. There's no way he listed this with a realtor, and there's no way he cleared the title with a suit to quiet title. Let's just do $1,500 for a certification, and we'll call it another. I don't know. Call it $5,000 in closing costs. Another nonsense fees. 10206,900. $96,600 in a matter of 16 days. $96,600 in 16 days. Guys, I've been doing this for a very, very long time, for 23 years now. I got into this business when I was 18 years old, and I've been seeing deals like this every single year since. The problem is there's thousands and thousands of markets that are out there. There's a lot of properties that get sold every single year and every single day. And a lot of people don't know where to start, right? They don't know what to look for. They don't know the markets to go to. They go to 1 or 2 markets, And they say, well, everything is selling for too much money. Well, maybe it is, but go back, continue to go time and time again. Maybe explore different markets, explore different angles, right? Different property types. The deals are out there. We're seeing them right now. This guy made $96,600. We get back, and the other guy made well over $100,000. We've seen multiple people make 50,000, 50,000, 40,000. Someone made $13,000. Sure, there's people out there that have not sold their properties yet, but maybe they're rehabbing them. Maybe they're holding them as investments. Maybe they're end users that are somehow buying through the tax sale because they saw the sign posted on the property next door or whatever. There's people that buy these things that hold on to them, but there's also people like this guy right here that made $96,600 in a matter of what was it? It wasn't long, right? It was there. It is right there. 11/5 to 11/21, 16 days. He made $100,000 nearly. Phenomenal return, and we've been seeing this. I've been on this stream for 31 minutes now, and we've seen this time and time again. We've spent, I don't know how many properties we've looked at that have actually sold, but the properties that have sold, probably, I don't know, probably 2/3 of the properties we looked at have sold. And I didn't add these numbers up or anything, but I'm thinking in my head probably $500,000 to $800,000, somewhere in that ballpark for profit. Just unreal profits that are in this business if you take the time to learn what you're doing, and if you put forth the effort to find the markets where these deals exist. This is a fantastic exercise that you can do anytime. As you can see, it's free, it's easy, it's simple. Just go in, search properties that have sold 6 months ago, a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, to see where the opportunities are. And again, don't say the market has changed from 2024 to 2025, because 3 or 4 days ago on YouTube, I posted a video about a guy that made a lot of money in a very short period of time. So hopefully this exercise will help open your eyes to the opportunity that exists out there. And hopefully you get involved in the tax sale business if you are not yet. If we can help you out at all, make sure you check out our website at taxsaleacademy.com. We have a comprehensive training platform that we teach people, and we have people in the Tax Sale Academy that are making profits every single day in this business. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments section. We'll see you next time for our training video. Hey, take care, folks. And again, that's taxsaleacademy.com. Bye-bye.